and welcome to Tamla and Taylor's Street Talk. Why would you laugh?
It's Tuesday!
Hello and welcome to Tamla and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday podcast, where we talk to you about treats, business, and life. This week, my lovely co-host Tamla will not be with us, and it's going to be a Taylor takeover for this entire Tuesday. So with that being said, we'll see you back here in a second. So on this week's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about my morning routine and schedule and how I have been getting things done. Over the past couple of episodes, Tamla has hinted about it, and we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to incorporate some videos so that you guys can see how I start out my day. So another thing that I want to just talk about on this Taylor's takeover is my every morning routine. When I wake up, I start my day with prayer and meditation, and I started with gratitude. I just recently read a book in a course that I'm taking, and that's another thing that I do. I try to read at least 30 minutes every morning. And so the first thing that I use is a journaling app, and it can be downloaded on your smartphones. I know they have lots of different apps that you can use, but the one key thing is that it asks me about the 3 things that I'm grateful for in the morning. A lot of times when we have lots of things to do in our life and are really busy, the last thing we think about is just how many things that we have actually got done and accomplished, because there's so many things to do. It's on to the next thing. We're running and running and running. And so with this daily journal, it asks me, the 3 things that I'm grateful for. And it also asks me different questions and prompts to help me be encouraged throughout the day. And it also asks for affirmation. I don't know how many of you out there, if you do affirmations, put an A down in the chat and let us know what are some of the things that you use to affirm yourself. I know one of the big things that I do, my affirmation is called the Ultimate Virtuous Woman. And so it's based on like biblical principles. And I read that to myself every day after like prayer, because I just wanted to do things like in decency and in order. And I feel like just affirming myself and what I believe is truth is one of the greatest things that will help me, and especially using God's word to encourage me to get through the day, to get up, to be a mom, to be a co-host, to be a business owner. So I feel like that's one of the key parts in my day. And then after that, I go on to do like reading for 30 minutes. And so reading has been a very big thing. I actually read a book this past week that I would have never picked if it was just me, looking for a book through a book list. But I've joined a book club with a group of ladies, and we're reading a book called The Millionaire Mindset. And one of the things that they talk about is different childhood traumas and your thoughts about money and different things like that. I know waking up early in the morning to read, like when you first start your day, it might not be that interesting, especially if you're talking about the things that you're trying to correct in your life, but you got to start somewhere. And so we are reading this book as a group, and we have book club every Thursday, and we're almost finished with this book. But that's another key things that I do, is that I try to read every day. And so that has been Taylor's Takeover Tuesday. I'll definitely add some more pictures of some fun things that I do. But I just want to encourage you guys to develop like a morning routine. It'll really help you get your day started. It'll help you to be able to have more encouraging things to do throughout your day. So one of the very cool things that we're going to talk about today is my daughter. She turned 8 years old, and today is her birthday. I'm so excited because I want to share with you guys some of the things that we did at her birthday party. I didn't record all of the cake being made, but I just want to show you some pictures of it and just kind of go over the things that we did for the cake. She wanted a red velvet cake, which is her favorite of all time. She loves when I make her red velvet cake. And so she is very undecided on what she wanted for her birthday. Initially, she wanted cupcakes, and then she saw me make a cake for somebody else, and of course, then she wanted the cake too. But that's all good because we are in the celebration business. And when it comes to my children, the one thing that I know for sure is they are gonna use mommy's talents to the utmost of her ability. Especially since their birthdays are later in the year. They get to see everybody have celebrations all throughout the year, and they're just anticipating on their big day. And so she had a horse themed birthday. She really loves horses, and so we're gonna add a picture of the cake in right now so that you can see it. One of the key things when making this type of cake is to make sure that you do you can do buttercream pieces, but I found that doing fondant pieces was easier. And so I made the fondant attachment first to put on the cake. One quick thing is if you have you want to make fondant pieces and you don't really have a lot of time for them to dry, is to add in Tylose powder to the fondant, and that will make it dry quicker so that you can use the fondant pieces sooner. So there were the eyes, and then the horse's mane that went down the middle of his face, and then the mouth part, and those are the pieces that I cut out. I made sure that I used different colors than the main part of the cake, and so I end up with making the brown horse, and then I had to do 3 separate colors. So for the ears, you want to do a light brown and a dark brown, and so in that you want to I cut out a triangle, and then I cut out a larger one for the back of the ear and a smaller one for the inside of the ear, and that's how I made the ears. You just simply take the triangle, and the bottom you leave the point at the top for the ear, and at the bottom you fold it over, and then you simply stick it on the cake. And then I did the eyes. So for the eyes, you want to do the black around the eye, and you want to add a white dot for, like, what is it called? The sparkle. For the twinkle, the twinkle in the eye. And so you'll see that here, and then you want to add in the bottom part of the mouth. And one key thing to make the horse look like more realistic, I cut out 2 circles and I added them for the nostrils. Finally, my daughter's favorite colors are green and blue, and so I added a lime green crown around the horse's mane. And for the hair, I just did simple, like, rosettes around I did one in the front and then all around the back of the cake so that it can have like a mane. And so that was really cool. She really loved it. And I also incorporate a picture of the cupcakes. The cupcakes were in the shape of like a horse, and so like a full body horse, not just like the face like the cake was. But yeah, she really enjoyed it, and I'm so happy to be able to just help her celebrate her birthday. It means so much to me because on Tamla and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, we talk about treats, business, and life. And so this is just a small part of my life. Being a parent, of course, that's one of the first things that is so near and dear to me. And so you might have heard her popping up on a couple of episodes, and she's helped with the intro. And so I just want to say happy birthday to you, Darina, and I love you very much. And I can't wait to celebrate many, many more birthdays with you. This has been Taylor's Takeover Tuesday, and I want you guys to have a blessed week. Bye.